Ladies and gentlemen, the birds of prey here, walking into the owner's office before the show starts. What the hell? Hork says, "Hey, owner." What business do these guys have with the owner? And the owner says, "Hork Falcon, how can I help you guys?" And Hork says, "Well, we're here because we're not happy that Static and Insano are in the tag title match at Absolution. Absolution is the biggest event that the XWF has. It's the biggest event on the XWF calendar. It's the event that everyone on the roster works towards. We have worked our asses off all year. Same with Pegasus. Same with the Poker Kings. Same with Bronx Bunny. All the teams, hell, even T-Unit have worked harder than Static and Insano." I totally agree with Hork. I think he's hit the nail right on the head there. And the owner says, "Guys, I agree with you totally. You're right." I definitely agree as well. Falcon says, "Damn right we are. Give us a shot for the #1 contendership." Birds of Prey want a shot. And the owner says, "Alright guys, you're on. I will book it for tonight." Whoa, whoa, whoa! Tonight? So what? We're going to see the Birds of Prey versus Insano and Static for the #1 contendership at Absolution? Sounds amazing.
I'm so fed up with everyone around me. No one seems to care. I'm just so far gone and nothing's gonna change. I'll never be the same. It's always do this, do that, everything they want to. I don't wanna live that way. Every chance they get, they're always pushing me away. It's never enough, no, it's never enough, no matter what I say. It's never enough, no.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to XWF 29. 2 shows now until the biggest pay-per-view on the XWF calendar, none other than Absolution, and I cannot wait for it. I cannot tell you how much I am looking forward to it. But let's stay unfocused from that, and let's focus on tonight, and look at what we got lined up for you. Juan Barraza takes on Mike the Viper Jacobs for the Internet Championship. And this is a massive match for Juan Barraza. He was supposed to be wrestling on Aftershock last week. Tommy T. Thomas made plans, and eventually Juan Barraza, he didn't have a match. So he went to the owner, he kicked up a fuss, and the owner said, "You know what, I'll give you a big match next week to keep you happy on Shockwave." He agreed to it, and he's going against freaking Mike Jacobs for the Internet Championship. That's incredible. And obviously we've also got the match, which was decided at the start of the show. The Birds of Prey take on the #1 contenders for the tag division titles, Static and Insano. The winners go to Absolution. And whoa, wait a minute. The owner, his limo is pulling up here. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner kicking off the show tonight. He's coming down, he's definitely got something to say. The thing I love about the owner is when he gets on the mic, something big is going to happen. Plans are going down. It's going to be revolutionary. That's what I love about the owner. Greatest businessman this industry has ever known. And, I feel a bit sorry for the owner because he built the XWF up. He built it up from nothing. He went out, he found all the best wrestlers that he could. Some of them that was already established names from the likes of the XWA. I'm talking like Dr. Khan, Nightmare, Damage, stuff like that. Then he also found young talent that was ready, boiling, sizzling hot. He got them, I'm talking Inferno, Tobias Upson, Luke Loins, Junction, the Birds of Prey, the Hardcore Hate Crew, all these young guys that have really got the skills. And he hired them. He brought them all in. The roster here in the XWF is incredible. But as I'm saying, the owner, he built the XWF from the ground up. And I feel a bit sorry for him because Tommy T. Thomas is just coming here and he's trying to take over the empire. He's trying to make it his. A very selfish man. It's just Tommy T. Thomas. I'm not a fan of him one bit. But the owner's grabbing a microphone. See what he's got to say. The owner says, "Right, I am here to address some business. Tommy T. Thomas, get your ass down to this ring." Ho ho! He's calling out Tommy T. Thomas. Come on, Tommy T. Thomas, what are you, scaredy cat? Well, here we go. His music playing now. Tommy T. Thomas making his way down to the ring. Oh, no, he's got a microphone. He's gonna stay. He knows what happens if he get in the ring. Last time he got a freaking hook right in the jaw from the owner. And Tommy T. Thomas says, "You think that I'm gonna come down to that ring? What, just so I can talk the truth? and because you have to resort to throwing your fists when you know that I'm right. Tommy T. Thomas, he's such a freaking big-headed son of a gun. And Tommy T. Thomas says, owner, face it, you're washed up. I'm a pioneer in this industry. You know, the XWF, it has a lot of promise, but with me in the driver's seat, it will flourish. And the owner, straight on the microphone, he says, Tommy T. Thomas, you keep going on about when you control the XWF. Well, how's this for an ultimatum? Absolution. We put it all on the line. Whoa, 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 that's a massive gamble. That's high stakes. The owner obviously wants closure in this chapter of the XWF. The owner says each match that pits one of my roster against one of yours counts towards a final overall score. And whoever has the most points at the end of Absolution gets full ownership of the XWF and the XWA. The loser gets sent home packing. Oh my god, these stakes are absolutely off the scale. You know, I don't think we've seen anything this big in this industry before. And Tommy T. Thomas says you want to put it all on the line. You think your pathetic roster can match mine. You have yourself a deal, owner. You have yourself a deal. But after Absolution, I want you to know that only one of us walks away with a job. And you know who that will be. I promise you, owner, it will be me still here. Now, on other topic, I have some plans for tonight, but I'll announce them later on. Oh, and owner, have you ever heard of the expression, always have eyes in the back of your head? You know, what the hell does that mean? Wait a minute. Caesar down from the OCW just hit the zigzag on the owner. What the hell? Take your hands off him. Get out of that freaking ring. What is this guy doing here? We saw him do this to Inferno last week on Aftershock. Look at Tommy T. Thomas smiling. That is sadistic as he walks away with a sick smile. What is Caesar Dan doing here? What is this partnership between Tommy T. Thomas and Caesar Dan from the OCW? He just laid his fingers on the owner. If he stays in that ring for 5 more seconds, yeah, you get out of there. If he stayed down there for 5 more seconds, I would have got in the ring myself and kicked the crap out of him. For God's sake, absolutely disgusting. I'm not happy about that. What is he even doing here? He's from the OCW. He's not on our roster. He's not signed to this company. You know, that is disgusting. Look at that replay. A zigzag on the owner. Oh my God, I can't believe he freaking laid his hands on the owner. Caesar Dan, you better watch yourself. You better watch yourself. You know, you're meddling with the wrong people. Absolutely disgusting. Not happy about that. The owner, luckily he's alright. He's been escorted away. Oh, there we go. We're obviously moving straight on to our first match here. Juan Barraza, his Shockwave debut here tonight. You know, we've seen him have a couple of matches on Aftershock. In fact, his debut match was against Vasquez Valgarez. You know, Vasquez Valgarez, he's a dominating force in Aftershock. He hasn't lost in a year. And I'm not talking matches against little-time guys. Yeah, sure, alright, he's beaten a couple of little guys, but he has beaten some big names. I'm talking Dave Prater. I'm talking Big D. Vasquez Valgarez, you know, he's a dominating force. And Juan Barraza, he turned up. Debut match, he got in the ring, toe-to-toe with Vasquez Valgarez. And he took the fight to him like no other. He went in hard. He went in and he put a lot of effort into that match. And if anything, he gave Vasquez Valgarez an amazing match. Now, sure, Valgarez came out on top, but Barraza had a lot of momentum coming out of that match. And I'd say he earned a lot of respect from the fans. But, you know, he was supposed to have a match last week on Aftershock. It got cancelled. And the owner said he'd give him the match on Shockwave. And freaking hell, look who he put him against. He put him against the internet champion, Mike the Viper Jacobs. Now, let me tell you something about this guy. He is easily the best internet champion we have ever seen here in the XWF. His goal, he said it. He set out to get the internet championship. He set out to put credibility on that belt. And that is exactly what he's done. Challenger after challenger after challenger. Mike Jacobs is always standing with the belt in his hand, raised above and beyond. You know, he's always the man. You can't fault this guy. Perfection in the ring. He's got the mat skills. He's got the submission. He's got the reversal, the strikes, the roughneck. He's got everything you need. He's the full package. Mike the Viper Jacobs, you know, great wrestler. Yeah, the fans boo him, but there's no denying. There's no denying his prowess in the ring. He's beating some of the biggest names. And, you know, he always gives it 110%, maybe even 150%, this guy. You know, he runs his own freaking wrestling school. That's how good this guy is. And like I say, he's easily the greatest internet champion that we've had here in the XWF, in my opinion. The thing I like about Mike Jacobs is he knows how good he is. There's never a moment where he's in that ring where he thinks, oh my god, you know what, this is a struggle. No. He always knows. He always says, I'm on top. I'm one step ahead. He always thinks that. That's his frame of mind. But I'm interested to see what Barraza can bring to the table in his debut match here on Shockwave. You know, if he was to win the Internet Championship here tonight, that would be amazing for his career. Barraza goes for a clothesline, but Mike Jacobs is always one step ahead, just like I said. Goes under the arm, and now he's just punching Barraza in the back of the head. Look at this. Almost cocky. Punches Barraza into the corner. Double feet. Push away, and Barraza putting all his weight into a clothesline. And now twisting Mike Jacobs' arm. Don't try it. Don't try it. Mike Jacobs, he's got a reversal for everything, and he proved it there and then, using strikes of his own. Barraza blocks it, another clothesline. You know, this guy's a powerhouse, and I think if he's going to have a chance of beating the veteran Mike Jacobs, all he's got to do is really use his body, his strength, and outpower Mike Jacobs. It's not an easy thing to do. He's a slippery man. You know, he's the Viper. But if you can get it, I think you might have a chance. You know, I like Barraza. I see a lot of potential in the guy. And I know he's going to want to put it all on the line here tonight. Barraza, I'm going to do massive, oh my god. Massive German suplex. Mike Jacobs flipped all the way over, you know. Barraza, he's well known for having some innovative kinds of suplexes. That's what I've heard about him from his indie. And as you can see, that was definitely one. You know, I'd say Barraza is getting a lot of offense in early on here. Really giving it to Mike Jacobs, punches him into the corner, goes to grab him, Jacobs kicks him away, just runs in and drops him onto the top of his head with a running DDT. Mike Jacobs is always going to find a way out of your offense. That's why he's called the Viper. He's a slippery man. And look at this. Locks the arm over. Beautiful vertical suplex on Barraza. He's not a small guy. That's one. That's two, and a kick out on two there by Barraza. You know, as I said, he's not a small guy, but Mike Jacobs, he's got a lot of strength in him. You know, he's a man that's worked out and trained his whole life, in a beautiful scoop slam there. Sitting Barraza up, just driving these elbows into the shoulder, building the lactic acid up in the upper body. This is what Mike Jacobs does. He wants to make the advantage that he has over you bigger and bigger as the match goes on. He wants you to wear out. He wants you to slow down, but he never slows down. He never misses a step. He's like a coal train, with coal just going into the engine over and over and over. The steam's coming out, but Mike Jacobs, he does not lose a step. Throws Barraza in and just short arm clotheslines him, you know, beautiful execution. And again, he's going for the same move again, throws him out, Barraza blocks it, drags him in, belly to belly suplex, beautiful execution there from Barraza. If he can hit moves like that, the guy might have a chance. Look at this, he puts Mike Jacobs into a powerbomb position, picks him up, look at Shred, oh my god, he just slammed him down. Megatons of force there, going for the cover, that's one, that's two. Now a kick out on two there by Mike Jacobs. Barraza really taking the fight to Mike Jacobs. Nice running shoulder block. Picks Jacobs up. He's stunned and just runs in again with another shoulder block. Barraza putting on a very promising effort here on. Throws Mike Jacobs into the corner. Runs in a clothesline. Massive force winding Mike Jacobs. He picks him up again. Combination of strikes there to the face and chest area. Barraza using his muscle. Throws Mike Jacobs into the corner. Runs in. Jacobs picks him up and just slams him down. Always finding a reversal. Grabbing Barraza by the head and just slamming him on the mat with great force. You know, you gotta remember, Barraza, he's only had 2 matches here in the XWF. He's facing off against a veteran in the ring here. And Mike Jacobs is now turning the tides back in his favor. Slamming the head, bludgeoning it on the mat. Trying to concuss him, trying to wear him down, trying to give him a headache again, so that Mike Jacobs has advantages here, right, left, center, whatever. Nice neck breaker there. Old school style, one of Mike Jacobs' signature moves. Like, he just turns him around. He loves it. Another neck breaker. Like I said a second ago, you know, he's working on the head, trying to bludgeon the head. Looking the arm under for suplex. Barraza puts the leg in, hooks it over. Oh, a beautiful suplex there from Barraza. Nice reversal. Barraza turning Mike Jacobs up. He caught him off surprise. And now he's hoping that he can catch him now with a border throw. His special move. Mike Jacobs with a forearm smash. It's too early, Barraza. Mike Jacobs runs in a clothesline. Barraza's up. He tries to run in. Mike Jacobs lifts him up. Drops him down with that face buster maneuver. Precision. And Mike Jacobs taking control of the match now as he picks Barraza up. Barraza goes for a clothesline. Mike Jacobs, extreme German suplex, and just drops Barraza on his freaking neck. He folded over. Not looking good for Barraza. Mike Jacobs turning him up for a Viperplex. This could be over. Barraza stunned. He turns around. Wait a minute. He's grabbed him. He's put him in for the border throw. His special move. He's picking him up. Mike Jacobs just spat around and dropped him on his head with a DDT. Innovative reversal. He's got a freaking answer for anything. Picks Barraza up. Locks him in the Viperplex. Nails the Viperplex with great force. You know, Barraza, he thought he was one step ahead, but Mike Jacobs always finds an opening. He always finds a way to take control. Leg hook, that's one. That's two. That's three. Mike Jacobs retains the Internet Championship here tonight on Shockwave. You know, I've got to say fair play to Juan Barraza. You've got to remember this guy's had 2 matches here in the XWF. 2 matches. He went against a guy, a veteran in this industry, a veteran in this business, Mike the Viper Jacobs, the greatest Internet champion we've ever seen here. I got to give my dues to Barraza. I think the fans, again, warmed up to him. With each match, he's getting a lot better fan reaction. You know, they're starting to get to know him. They're starting to like him. You know, personally, I think Barraza went out there with a valiant effort. Where maybe he fell short. You got to remember he went against a veteran like Mike Jacobs. You know, personally, I think he gave it a great shot, and I think the fans agree with me. But we got a little replay warming up for you here. Look at this, Barraza. He locked him in before he had the opportunity to hit the board, a throw. But out of nowhere, Mike Jacobs, he finds an opening. He finds a reversal out of freaking nowhere. Picks Barraza up, still stunned. Locks him into the Viperplex. Just hoists him up and just drops him down with that massive move. You know, devastating move. Drags him away from the ropes. Leg hook, that's one. That's two. That's three. And yet another title defense from Mike the Viper Jacobs. Wait a minute. Backstage here, Nightmare going into the owner's office. And he says, "Owner, how you feeling? Are you okay?" And the owner says, I'm fine, but I'm not happy about that Caesar Dan guy from the OCW. He has no business here. You know, he hit his special on me like that. He nearly snapped my neck in half. Luckily, I'm a tough nut to crack. You know, I agree with the owner. Fair play to him. And the owner says, "Now, Nightmare, I have a match for you tonight. This Caesar Dan guy, take out the trash." Whoa, what? And Nightmare says, "You're on." Whoa, what? What the hell? This isn't Aftershock. There's no cut your teeth. We don't have guys from other federations coming over here. But supposedly, the owner's booked it. It's official tonight. Nightmare takes on Caesar Dan from the OCW. That's totally strange, man. Totally strange. And Yashi Auditori now backstage interviewing Mike the Viper Jacobs. You know, Yashi says, "Jacobs, you defeated Juan Barraza to retain your title earlier on. Tell us about how you feel." Mike Jacobs says, "There's not much to say, Yashi. I'm still Internet champion after all this time. So many title defenses, and still no one can beat me. I've beaten my best friend, Steve Connor. I've beaten my student, Dave Crater. I've beaten countless rookies, Jamie Gregory, Brian Moore, Junction. Even Juan Barraza, just like you saw earlier tonight." You know, he's right. You can't deny what he's saying is fact. Mike Jacobs says, "There's a reason people give me the name the Rookie Killer. And you know what's disappointing? In 2 shows' time is Absolution, the biggest event on the XWF calendar, and there is no one. There is no one to step up to the plate. No one to threaten me. Not a single solitary soul out there. And considering that I am undefeated at pay-per-view, that's right, I have not lost a single pay-per-view match. Demolition, Rampage, Desperate Matches, Battle Lines, Redemption, Warpath, all of them, every pay-per-view, and not a single loss. And in Absolution, it doesn't matter who I face. I will be the first and only superstar in the XWF to win a whole year of pay-per-view matches. So whoever wants to step up to the Viper, you got 2 weeks to make the challenge. But know this, I will win. There's no doubt about that. You know, Mike Jacobs, he's very cocky, he's very arrogant, but he's fact. It's all fact. He says, "I will make an example out of whoever it is, and I will leave Absolution like I have done every other pay-per-view. Hands in the air, smiling, knowing that I am the best professional wrestler in the XWF, in the history of EFEDS, in the industry today, and most importantly, ever." Bold quotes here from Mike Jacobs, and he leaves. You know, I'm interested to see who he's going to face at Absolution, who's going to step up to the plate, who's going to actually take this guy on. Undefeated at pay-per-view. Unbelievable. And now the Birds of Prey making their way down to the ring. You know, these guys at the start of the show, they went in the owner's office. They said, "Owner, we have worked our ass off since the beginning of the XWF. We want to be in the tag division match at Absolution. We want to be there. It's our dream." And the owner says, you know what, guys, I totally agree with you. I don't think Static and Insano should be in that match. And I personally don't think so either. These guys, they've worked their ass off ever since the XWF began. Insano and Static, they just get to the front of the queue ticket from frickin' Tommy T. Thomas. Makes me sick. So you know what? I hope the Birds of Prey kick their ass tonight. You know, I'm not going to lie, Static and Insano, they've had a good run since they come here. They beat Bronx Bunny, they beat Poker Kings, they beat T-Unit, but have they beat the Birds of Prey? No. Will they beat the Birds of Prey? We're going to find out tonight. So we got Static now making his way down to the ring. You know, this guy, he's so hateable. He is so hateable. He's a cheeky, sniving little guy. You know, there's no denying his wrestling talent. Oh yeah, he's got that in spades, but you just want to freaking punch the guy. I want to punch the guy, you know. He's just the sort of guy that gets under your skin. And he's so cocky, and, oh, he just winds me up. He gets right under my skin. Just look at him. Oh, ghastly. You know, this team of Insano and Static, they're great chemistry, great team, but I just hate them. I just hate them. And maybe it's because they've just turned up and got chucked straight into the top of the tag division here when there's harder working teams like Pegasus and the Birds of Prey. Okay, so we got Insano now making his way down to the ring. This weird specimen of a creature. I got no idea what's going through this guy's head. I mean, look at him. What is he doing? What's this dancing sort of thing? I mean, look. He's just so strange. He's so weird. He's just insane. He lives up to his name. But, you know, he's a great wrestler. I agree. I see him do some crazy stuff in the XWA. He put his life on the line like you wouldn't believe to cause pain to his opponents. But at the same time, you know, I don't like the guy. I don't like the guy because he's involved with Tommy T. Thomas. I don't like the guy because he's in a tag team with Static and they're trying to, you know, become the tag division champions, quick tracking all the way there. I don't like it. Don't like the guy and I don't like Static. So, you know, I really hope the Birds of Prey win. The Birds of Prey, they were the first ever tag division champions to soar here in the XWF. I think, personally, they deserve the belts again more than anyone else in the XWF. Apart from maybe Pegasus, they're a great team as well, and they came close a couple of times, but they could not beat the Hardcore Hate Crew. So, personally, I'd love to see the Birds of Prey win this match here tonight and win the #1 contendership. You know, I think the Birds of Prey versus Hardcore Hate Crew is a very appealing match. The fans will be definitely up for seeing that. At the same time, you know, I think Insano and Static versus the Hardcore Hate Crew would also be a great match in terms of wrestling. It's just not what I want to see. I don't want to see Insano and Static in that match. I guess it would work in favor with the whole point scheme that the owner and Tommy T. Thomas have now decided on. But we'll see what happens anyway. Hork and Static starting the match. A bit of history between these two guys, actually. And Static now just throwing punches at Hork. You know, this is one of the first guys that Static attacked when he came into the XWF. They had a match the following show, and Static came out on top then. Can Hork come out on top tonight? Look at this, throwing the arm over. Beautiful strength from Hork, dropping a suplex on Static. All Hork's got to do is just stay on the attack now. Just stay on the attack. Give Static no breathing space. Give no room. Throwing the arm over again. Beautiful suplex. A second one there from Hork. Really delivering the pain with these beautiful suplexes. I think he's going to go for the same thing again here. But Static turns the arm around. Locks him into a headlock. And look at that. Elbow to the forehead of Hork. Vicious move. Stunning him for a second. It gives him a chance to retaliate. But no. Hork fighting back. Just throwing these punches. Look at that. A massive punch to the jaw and a clothesline. Knocking Static off his feet. He's getting up. Gets up to his feet quick. But Hork goes under the arm. Goes for a clothesline. Static ducks under it. Side headlock from Static. Goes for an elbow. Hork knees him in the stomach. Goes for a punch. These two men just reversing everything they got. Look at that. Static tries to grab him. Hork throws him out the ring. You know, Hork's a powerhouse. I love this guy. I love the Birds of Prey. I just really want to see him win tonight. You know, it will make my day. Make my day, especially after seeing the owner early on get taken out by that frickin' Caesar Dan from OCW. Unprovoked attack. Caesar Dan, you gotta watch your back. You're going against Nightmare tonight. He's gonna kick your frickin' ass. You know, I can't wait to see Nightmare kick that guy's ass. Kick some sense, kick some respect into him. Anyway, back to this match. Hork staying on the attack here. This is exactly what I want from the Birds of Prey. Hork throws Static into the Birds of Prey corner. Walks over, tags in Falcon. Look at this. Hork putting him up into a suplex, holding him up. Falcon off the top rope, slamming him down. Beautiful tag team maneuver there from the Birds of Prey, really showing the chemistry that these two have as a tag team. Falcon throws Static into the corner. Look at this. He runs in, clothesline, and he goes through the top and this middle rope. Innovative move there from Falcon. He just does stuff that you don't see other people do. Knee to the face there on Static. This is what the Birds of Prey need to do. Just keep on the attack. Irish whip. Falcon spin around heel kick. Oh my God. Nearly took the head off the shoulders of Static. You know, Static, he doesn't know what hit him. And now Falcon just using a combination of kicks. Side headlock. Went for a European uppercut, but Static blocked it. Static went for an Irish whip. Falcon turned it into his own. Threw Static over the top rope. Tried to grab him, but Static with a forearm smash. Gets back in. You know, Falcon stunned, bit dizzy, bit dazed. And Insano just tags the shoulder of Static there. I don't think Falcon realized that he's not the legal man anymore. And Insano just comes in with a little combination of strikes. A European uppercut there. Falcon stunned and dazed, and another one there. And Insano, look at this, using the Irish whip. Bounces Falcon off the rope, and a massive left arm clothesline from Insano, planting Falcon into the mat. Insano whips him into the corner, drop kick in the chest cavity, runs in a drop kick in the chest again. Beautifully executed drop kicks there from Insano. You know, these guys in terms of style are pretty similar, although I'd say Insano's a lot more of a heavy hitter, whereas Falcon's a lot more agile, but they both rely on these drop kicks, the speed. You know, they got the luchador style moves. But Insano's definitely proven so far that he's the dominant man out of the two. Irish whip there from Insano. Throws Falcon into the tag team corner of Static and Insano and gets the tag. What have these two got in mind? Irish whip there from Insano. Scissor sweep. Static off the other rope. Drops an elbow into the back and spine of Falcon. You can see him holding his back in agony. And this is exactly what Static and Insano have been doing for the last couple of weeks. They separate one tag team partner. They wear him down. They do not let him get a tag. And between them, they keep tagging in and out, in and out. They're staying constantly fresh whilst picking apart their opponent. Look at that vertical strength from Static. Awesome suplex there. Getting the leg hook, that's one. That's two, and a kick out on two by Falcon. It's not enough. It's going to take more. The guys have got a lot of heart and soul, and they know what's on the line here. And Static now just placing Falcon on that middle rope. Falcon stunned, and Static did a little dance. Bounces off the other rope, and oh my God, just crushes the chest of Falcon onto that rope. Dirty move. And now Static to strengthen him. The strengthening slams down Falcon with a massive scoop slam. You know, feeling sorry for Falcon, the Birds of Prey, at such a strong start. Oh, wait, Falcon kicks him away, runs up, man of armor. This is the Birds of Prey's chance to turn the tables, to get the momentum back in their favor. Irish whip here from Falcon, draws him in, a crescent moon kick. Stay on the attack, man, stay on the attack, stay focused. The Irish whip again. Wait. Oh, Static turned the arm and kicked him in the stomach. Killing. Dead stop in the momentum. Grabs Falcon, pendulum, backbreaker. Oh, damn, man. I really thought Falcon was building the momentum to turn this back in his favor. But now Static tags in Insano. One of these guys got in mind. Oh, look at this. Static just laying him across his knee. Elbow. Oh, my God, from Insano. Absolutely vicious double team move. He gets the leg hook. That's one. That's two. And a kick out on two there by Falcon. You know, he's got a lot of heart and soul. He knows what's on the line. He knows that the #1 contendership for the Tag Division Championships. He knows that a chance to wrestle with the biggest XWF stage of them all is on the line. And it's 3 seconds away from losing it. He will not stay down until the very last breath is taken out of him. Insano trying to go for an elbow drop there. Wait a minute. Falcon spins around him. Look at that arm drag. He throws him over. The momentum is back. The momentum is back. You just got to find a way to get it. Falcon turning around for a tag on a drop kick in the back by Insano. You know, Hork put his hand out. He was reaching out millimeters away. But Insano drop-kicked Falcon in the back and again segregating him away from his corner, taking him away from his tag, taking the option away to bring in Hork as a fresh man. Scissor sweep and again an elbow drop to the back there by Static. You know, this is freaking wrestling school book for you. Tag Team Wrestling 101. Don't let your opponent tag in. Northern Light suplex, that's one. That's two. And a kick out there by Falcon. You know, they know what they got to do, these guys. They know what they got to do. They just got to keep Falcon segregated and just keep the attacks on him. Another pendulum backbreaker. This is hard to watch for me, for the fans. We wanted to see the Birds of Prey go through to pay-per-view. You know, Absolution, they deserve it for their career. And, oh, what the hell? Spin around the arm track again. A difference maker. The tables have turned. This is the momentum shift the Birds of Prey needed. Falcon walks over. He tags in Hork, the fresh man. Static up to his feet. Hork walks over. Look at that massive clothesline driving Static into the mat. he's fresh, he's ready for action. 4 right hands in a row. Runs in and clotheslines Static into the mat again. Hork, the driving power now. This is it. The tables have turned. The momentum shifted. All Hork has got to do is stay on the attack. And we could see new #1 contenders armbar there. Twisting, pulling Static to the mat and just wrenching that arm into a reverse armbar. Beautiful move. Hork turns around, clotheslines Insano off the apron. This guy is fired up. Runs in, running DDT on Static, dropping him on his head. Insano getting back on the apron, stunned and dazed. I don't think he knew what freaking hit him. But Hork is absolutely on fire. Look at the strength. He picks Static up. Massive pendulum backbreaker with a ridiculous amount of force. Static doesn't know where he is. Hork bounces him off the rope with an Irish whip. Knee to the face. Taking Static clean off his feet. Hork goes for a punch. Static blocks it. He's trying to mount a comeback. Look at this. Grabs him, but Hork throws him over the top rope. And now grabs him suplex from the apron. From the apron. Back into the ring. Unbelievable strength from Hork. You know, this is a guy that can taste victory. A guy that knows that his tag team slot at pay-per-view is moments away. Goes for a signature clothesline as Static moves out the way. Turns him around. Enziguri, his signature maneuver. Hork was on absolute fire, but somehow Static moved out of his signature clothesline and just hit him with the Enziguri, and that's a difference maker in this match. Tags in Insano, and these two bounce Hork off the rope. Look at that double hip toss, slamming him down with great force. Hork managing to get up to his feet. You can see he's injured. You can see he's hurting, and Insano now just taking the fight to Hork. European uppercut. Punching Hork into the corner and just throwing a shot at the head and another one. Hard to watch now. Hork was on fire for a few moments. Already thought it was the Birds of Prey moment, but now Insano just using his foot to choke Hork out in the corner. And now I can tell you now, Insano and Static are going to use this tactic where they keep Hork in the ring. Falcon, you know, he's freshened up. He wants in on the action, but they ain't going to let it happen. Oh, wait a minute. Hork throws Insano at the ring out of desperation, and Hork following him out now. Hork goes for a punch. Insano blocks it. Insano side headlock on Hork. European uppercut. Insano now goes throwing another punch combination. Hork blocks it. Punch to the face of Insano. Hork throws Insano back into the ring. Once he got in line, look at that. Elbow guillotine over the apron. Hork, this is your difference maker. He gets up. Oh, wait. Insano just grabs him and pulls him back into the ring. And now just drops an elbow to the chest. Insano and Static, you can't deny the prowess of these two guys. Great singles wrestlers, and as a team, they can just work a match. Look at them. Oh, look at this. The insane elbow. Insano setting up his signature maneuver. He points to the fans all across the arena. Runs, jumps over, handstand off the top rope, drops an elbow into the throat of Hork. Vicious move. And now Insano turning Hork up for an MK Ultra. This is not looking good. He locks in the MK Ultra. Static runs in. He grabs Falcon. Oh, this is not good for the Birds of Prey. Static rope-based DDT at the same time as the MK Ultra is hit on Hork by Insano. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Now Hork gets an arm up. He kicked out the MK Ultra. Static's picking Falcon up, keeping him away from the action. Falcon fights back. Falcon fights back. Look at this. Irish whip throws Static over the ring. He holds onto the ropes, but a shoulder blocked off the apron. Falcon jumps over into tagging position. Insano goes for a punch on Hork. He blocks it. He punches him. He retaliates. Irish whip throws him into the Birds of Prey corner. Look at this. Hork tags in Falcon. He's running across to the opposite turnbuckle. Oh, no way. Static's on the outside, still stunned, still holding his ribs. He can't stop this. Coast to coast across the ring from Falcon. Just smashing a dropkick into the chest of Insano, who falls from the corner. That's 1. That's 2. That's like the Birds of Prey. New #1 contenders. They took the beat down of their life. They took the beat down of their life at the hands of Static and Insano. But it doesn't matter. There's this coast to coast out of nowhere right in the chest of Insano. Cements them a place. Absolution. And this is massive for the XWF. You know, Tommy T. Thomas, he's going to be angry about this. Insano and Static, he built them up as a great tag team. Over the last couple of shows, he really wanted them to go on to Absolution. You know, and represent the XWA, but that chance is gone now because the Birds of Prey are the #1 contenders. They will face the Hardcore Hate Crew. I can't wait for that match. Whoa, what the hell? Caesar down in the owner's office. And he says, owner, how's your neck? And the owner says, what the hell are you doing here? You know, somebody needs to get in there. Where the hell's security? And Caesar Dan says, I just thought I'd come by and tell you that I'm not wrestling your little match tonight. Or was he chickening out now? He's afraid the Nightmare will kick his goddamn ass. And the owner says, oh, you're wrestling it all right. The Nightmare is going to smash you into tiny pieces. And Caesar Dan says, well, that's where you're wrong. Because I'm not on the XWF roster. I'm not signed. I'm not legally obliged to fight. In fact, legally, I'm untouchable. And if you or any of your roster go so far as to lay a single finger on me, alongside Tommy T. Thomas, we will sue you for a very large sum of money. Oh my God, he's hiding behind freaking legal crap. And the owner says, get out of my office. Get out of my office. The owner's got nothing else to say, because freaking Caesar Dan brings up all this legal crap. You know, the owner just tells him to get out, but he's right. There's nothing the XWF roster can do to him. Untouchable, for God's sake. Somebody sign him a contract so we can see him get his ass handed to him by freaking Nightmare. That is sickening. Oh, now Tommy T. Thomas running his mouth on the screen. He says, owner, I see you have been introduced to Caesar Dan. A great talent, may I add. But he isn't wrestling tonight. Not by your booking, anyway. Now let me make a few arrangements. Oh, God, he loves to stick his nose in. Tommy T. Thomas says, Luke Loins, me and Lord Lore haven't forgotten about your blatant disrespect last week. So I'm booking you tonight against my man Crow. And as for you, Nightmare, don't worry. Just because Caesar Dan isn't wrestling doesn't mean you won't be. You'll be facing Matt King tonight. The No Holds Barred Championship will also be on the line. Oh, and I almost forgot. It's a tables match. What? Nightmare versus the supernatural Matt King in a tables match? Tommy T. Thomas says enjoy the freaking show. My God, I did not expect that. That is a bombshell to drop on show 29. So at the request of Tommy T. Thomas, still tonight, we're going to see Luke Loins versus Crow in a singles match. Looking forward to that. Then our main event, the No Holds Barred Championship on the line. Matt King versus Nightmare in a tables match. And obviously we're moving straight on now. We're a bit strapped for time, to be fair with you. We're moving on with Luke Loins making his way down to the ring. Now, if you saw the last episode of Shockwave, we had a match. It was Junction versus Lord Lore for the World Heavyweight Championship, and you've got to give it to the kid. Junction, he came out. He gave it his all. He put it all on the line. He tried as hard as he could. He took the beat down. He got back up. He kept it going. He gave it to Lord Lore as best he could, and fair enough, on the night, Junction did come out on top. There was a couple of moments in that match where I thought, oh my God, Junction's done it. But no, Lord Lore shut him down every time. But the point I'm getting is, Junction gave it like no other. He gave it as hard as he could, and he proved that down the line, Junction has got it in him to be a main eventer in the XWF. Maybe a World Heavyweight Champion, maybe the poster boy, I don't know, but he proved his worth. And after that, Lord Lore started beating the hell out of Junction. Disgusting. Luke Loins came down and saved Lord Lore. You know, and Lord Lore was out the ring. Luke Loins picked up the World Heavyweight Championship, and you know what he did? He threw it at Lord Lore. And obviously Tommy T. Thomas, like he said, he hasn't forgotten the disrespect that Luke Loins showed for Lord Lore in the World Heavyweight Championship. So as a punishment, as a repercussion, Luke Loins will have to face Crow tonight here on XWF 29. You know, these two have faced up once already here in the XWF. And it was a great match. It was the debut of Crow. It was on show 25. Crow versus Luke Loins. And, you know, it was a great match. But Luke Loins somehow, I'm not going to lie, Luke Loins took a beat down in that match. Crow looked so strong. And he proved that he is one of the most dominating men in the XWF and in this industry. But, you know, Luke Loins, he fought him back. He fought him hard. He took it to fight to him. And then out of nowhere, Luke Loins rode Crow up. Rode him up. Schoolboy pin. 1, 2, 3. You know, Crow, he was like so angry, but it doesn't matter. It didn't matter because Luke Loins got the victory, and that's what matters. So I'm looking forward to seeing tonight if Luke Loins can beat Crow without the use of a roll-up, or if Crow is going to prove to Luke Loins that that was a fluke. That was a fluke when Luke Loins beat him. You know, there's no underestimating Crow. Don't underestimate him. We saw it our last pay-per-view, Warpath. Crow beat Nightmare one-on-one clean in a match. Not a lot of people thought Crow would win. Most of the fans were behind Nightmare, but Crow beat him fair and square. Can he do the same tonight against Luke Noynes? And Crow getting the early advantage with this, but Luke Noynes turns the arm and kicks him. Now Luke Noynes striking him in the head. Side headlock, European uppercut there from Luke Noynes. Grabs Crow, using an Irish whip maneuver, bounces him off the rope. Luke Noynes drop kick in the chest of Crow, knocking him off his feet. Luke Noynes picking him up. This is exactly what Luke Noynes needs to do, is stay on the attack. Irish whip here from Luke Noynes. Throws Crow into the corner, but Crow blocks the clothesline and drives Luke Noynes into the mat with a mega amount of force. Side headlock from Crow. Elbow to the back of the head there. Side headlock again. Relentless as Crow with a second elbow to the back of the head and a third one. Bludgeoning and concussing, and then a clothesline, knocking Luke Noynes off his feet. Noynes trying to get up to his feet. You know, he's stunned, he stays confused. Crow making the most of this advantage. Head under the arm. Look at the vertical power in Crow. Look at the strength. Stalling suplex, slamming Luke Noynes onto the mat. You know, unbelievable strength from Crow. Showcase of his ability there. Punch to the back of the head. Crow using the Irish whip. Draws him back in. Knife edge chop. Knocking Luke Noynes off his feet. Luke Noynes started very well, but there's no doubt Crow has taken advantage now. Oh, wait a minute. Double feet kick away. Luke Noynes runs in a running DDT. Turning the tables into his favor. Crow getting up. Luke Noynes throwing a punch. A kick. A punch. Another punch into the corner. A knee to the stomach there. Crow falls to the mat, holding his ribs. Luke Noynes up onto the second rope. Look at this. Look at this. Diving elbow drop to the chest of the Crow. Personally, I would have gone for a cover there, but Luke Noynes obviously doesn't think it's enough to keep the guy down. European uppercut there from Luke Noynes. You know, he knows how resilient Crow is. This guy can take a beat down like no other. And Luke Noynes drawing back a punch right in between the eyes of Crow. Enough to knock him off his feet. You know, Luke Noynes is serious here tonight. Using a side headlock on Crow, but Crow turns it around into a side headlock of his own. Luke Noynes turns it into a waist lock. Drop kicks Crow in the back of the neck. Now these guys walking towards each other, locking horns. Who's the stronger man? And Crow wins the tie-up with an arm twist. And now grabs Luke Noynes, turns him round, and just drops him down with a neck-breaker move. Luke Noynes getting up to his feet, but is holding his head stunned. Crow using an Irish whip, throws Luke Noynes into the corner. Runs, he just big boots him. Oh my God, Luke Noynes falls to the mat, lifeless. Crow, again, I thought he would have gone for a cover, but he obviously doesn't think it's enough. Picks Luke Noynes up and just hits him with a textbook stomach buster there, right on his knee. Great way to ruin your opponent's ribs. Irish whip bouncing Luke Noynes off the rope. Oh my God! Crow just hit Luke Noynes with his own signature maneuver, the power slam. That's one. That's two, and a kick out on two. You know, that is cheeky, using your opponent's move against him. Luke Noynes reverses the Irish whip, obviously angry, runs in clotheslines. Crow and runs a bulldog into the middle of the ring. I don't think Luke Noynes is too happy about Crow using his own move against him. Bounces Crow off the rope, and Luke Noynes power slams him back in retaliation for using that. And now Luke Noynes beating his chest for it to hell him back. Crow staggering up to his feet. Luke Noynes under the arm. Luke Noynes to hell him back on Crow, driving him into the mat. This could be over. Oh, wait a minute. Lord Lure's coming with a chair. Luke Noynes turns around right in between the eyes. The referee rings the bell. Disqualification here tonight at the hands of Lord Lure. He picks Luke Noynes up. Oh, God, what's he got lined up? No. Lore breaker onto that chair. Oh my God, devastating. Crow's up to his feet. Now Crow and Lord Lore just looking at Luke Noynes on the floor. He's a mess. He's beaten. He's bruised. It's just unnecessary. When Lord Lore picks Luke Noynes up to his feet, what have these two got in mind? Barbaric. Look at this. They both pick Luke Noynes up. No, onto the ribs. Oh my God. Driving his ribs onto their knees. Absolutely disgusting. Lord Lore just punches Luke Noynes, holding him again. And Crow, both men picking him up again, just dropping his chest onto their knees. Absolutely vicious. Disgusting. Lord Lore picks Luke Noynes up, grabs him in a side headlock, and now Crow with an elbow to the back. What do they got in mind? Crow holding the arms of Luke Noynes. Lord Lore just driving fists into the chest and stomach area. Runs and just clotheslines Luke Noynes onto the mat. This is disgusting, unprovoked, and unnecessary. Somebody's got to help. Luke Noynes, clothesline there from Crow, and another clothesline. Luke Noynes getting up. Crow puts him in to the Widowmaker. Oh my God, Luke Noynes, defenseless Widowmaker. Oh my God. Disgusting. Luke Lloyd's a mess on the floor. Junction making his way down to the ring, trying to make the save. Help Luke Lloyd for helping him last week on Shockwave. Oh, Crow just shoulders him off the apron. Junction falls to the floor, stunned, holding his ribs. Crow's just looking out at him like a pitiful being. And Luke Loins, you can see him, he's trying to get up. Stay down, Luke Loins. Stay down. Lordor's got that chair right in between the eyes of Luke Loins. Disgusting. Unnecessary. Unprovoked. And Lord just staring at Luke Loins, teaching him a lesson for the disrespect that Luke Loins showed to Lord Laurel last week on Shockwave. And as you can see, Luke Loins is, he's been in a better way before in his life, I can tell you that. He is not looking in a good way. Here's the replay of the match. It was going on in Luke Loins' favor. Crow was stunned. He turned around. Luke Loins under the arm. Nailed him with the hell on back. I thought it could have been over, personally. And then Lord Laurie just came into the ring with a chair. Luke Loins turned around unknowingly. Took a chair shot right in the face. And then as the moments continue, these two men just beat down Luke Loins with a series of moves. A freaking lore breaker onto a chair, some double team action, and then Crow hit the Widowmaker on Luke Loins. And at this point, Junction valiantly came down to the ring, trying to help a friend. And as he got onto the apron, Crow just drove his shoulder into the ribs, winding Junction and knocking him off the apron. And as Luke Loins tried to get up, he had heart and soul in him. He tried to get up. He turned around into a chair shot right in between the eyes. And as you can see, Luke Loins stunned, out cold on the mat, trying to wake himself up. But he took an absolute beat down there, and personally, I think it was disgusting and unnecessary. We're backstage here, a security guard going into the locker room to Dr. Karn, and security guard says, "Dr. Karn, the owner said he would like to see you in his office. He said he has made a decision." What the hell's that about? And Dr. Karn says, "Okay, well, thanks for telling me." What's this about making a decision? Last week we saw the owner say something to Karn in the office. I wasn't quite sure. I didn't understand it. But I'm just going to plug Absolution again, because I'm looking so forward to this pay-per-view. I really think it's going to be the next generation of XWF, and I really want you guys to watch it and enjoy it. But wait a minute. Dr. Karn going into the owner's office now. That was freaking quick. He's obviously got the message, and he's gone straight there. I'm interested to see what these guys got to say to each other. And the owner says, "Dr. Karn, what we spoke about last week, your terms, I've made a decision." What's this about? I don't get it. And the owner says, "At Absolution, everything goes on the line. The XWF, the XWA, my career, the future of this business. And Tommy T. Thomas, he will fight hard. You just saw what happened down at the ring with Luke Loins. I need you, Doctor. I'm not gonna beat around the bush." What is it? I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on here. I just don't get it. And the owner says, "You are a major player in this war, Dr. Karn. One that I don't think we can win without. So you've got it. You've got your terms. The driver's seat's yours. Take the ball, run with it, but whatever you do, don't drop it." That's so cryptic, man. I don't understand. I need an explanation. What does this mean? Obviously, we're not going to find out tonight because Nightmare's music's playing. So this is setting up for a main event here tonight, which is Nightmare versus the Supernatural Matt King. The no-holds-barred championship goes on the line, and it's a tables match. I don't know where that came from. Tommy T. Thomas just wanted to chuck a stipulation and make a tables match between Nightmare and the Supernatural Matt King. Obviously, as far as I know, Matt King wanted Nightmare, because on Aftershock last week, Matt King was assisting Damage to the ringside to make sure that Nightmare couldn't get involved. And obviously Nightmare got involved. He came down with a sledgehammer, smashed Matt King in the ribs with it, got in the ring, smashed Damage with it, and then kicked Damage off the turnbuckle. It was pretty brutal. But, it all started because Damage beat Nightmare up backstage a couple of shows back. So, Damage is only getting what he deserves, and Matt King was a necessary beatdown because he was in between Nightmare and Damage, so that's what you get. And I'm looking forward to this match. I think this could be an opportunity for Nightmare to win that no-holds-barred championship, and that would be good for the XWF because we could do with another belt in our possession. I'm not liking the fact that Obviously, Tommy T. Thomas has got the No Holds Barred Championship in XWA possession on the Supernatural Matt King. So I think it would be good to take that belt back off and to teach him a bit of a lesson. Obviously, they've still got the World Heavyweight Championship on Lord Lore. But it's only so long before Nightmare takes that away, you know? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But, this match tonight, I'm definitely voting Nightmare. Personally, Matt King, you know, nothing to be taken away from him. He's a great wrestler. He's a hardcore legend. He's one of the greatest in the industry. He's put his name down in history books and hardcore wrestling stipulations and no-holds-barred stipulations as a man that will always be remembered from his XWA venture and now his XWF venture. He's had an amazing run with that no-holds-barred championship so far, but I think Nightmare could be the man to take it off him for old time's sake as well as for the XWF. So let's get this show on the road and let's see what happens. The referee's just sorting him out. The referee is agreeing to start the match, and there's the bell. So it's a tables match. The referees have set up the tables just there while I was talking. Matt King went for a kick and a clothesline there from Nightmare straight away. Matt King getting up to his feet, another clothesline there from Nightmare. This is exactly what we needed from Nightmare, and another one, another clothesline. Relentless. Matt King getting up to his feet, though. You know, this guy's got the stamina. He can take a beat down like no other. Side headlock from Nightmare, went for an elbow, but Matt King used a knee to the ribs and now some strikes. Goes to punch him again. Nightmare with a massive right hand, knocking Matt King off his feet. Picking King up to his feet again. Irish whip here, draws him in. Look at that club to the back of the head. Absolutely vicious from Nightmare, but he knows what he's got to do in this sort of matchup. Rings him in again and another club to the back of the head. You know, Nightmare definitely in control of this match early on. Throws Matt King into the corner, goes for a forearm smash. Matt King sidestepped him, grabs him around the waist. And forearm smash, runs in a crescent moon kick, knocking Nightmare off his feet. And another one. Nightmare falls onto the ropes, and now what Matt King got in mind. Picks Nightmare up, look at that, just drops him face first onto the top rope. Vicious move. Matt King springboard into a crossbody, driving Nightmare into the mat. And now Matt King turns around to the opposite side and a crossbody onto the stomach of a grounded Nightmare. You know, vicious move. Matt King, you're really using the momentum and turning this match back in its favor. Look at that. Beautiful suplex and a showcase of the strength of Matt King. This guy is fast. He's agile, but he's also strong. And look at this Russian leg sweep on Nightmare by the no-holds-barred champion. Nightmare getting up to his feet. Matt King goes for an Irish whip. Nightmare reverses it, runs in. What's he got in mind? Look at this, just driving some fists, heavy fists into the face of Matt King. Matt King just slipping down to the ground, and now Nightmare just turning into stomps, choking Matt King out with his knee. Absolutely vicious from Nightmare. I love it. What's Nightmare got in mind? Throwing Matt King over the ropes. Matt King, hold on. Nightmare, look at that. Pulls him down onto the top rope. Matt King hits his back on the table. You know, if he went through that, we could have had a new no-holds-barred champion. But Matt King recovering quickly. I'm punching Nightmare, runs in, head scissors. I think he tried to drive him through the table, but Nightmare didn't quite get enough airtime to go into it. You know, I think he might have dead-weighted himself for that very reason, and Nightmare slips under and a punch to the back of the head. Throws Matt King into that audience. Barry headbutts Matt King. You know, great match so far from these two, and Nightmare drops a knee in the forehead of Matt King. And another one, but this time into the throat and the face. Vicious move, and Nightmare getting that table now. Matt King still stunned. Nightmare slamming that table into the face of Matt King. Exactly what you need to do. Use whatever you've got to your advantage in this type of match. Nightmare turning around. Matt King absolutely laid out from that table shot. And now Nightmare, I think he's going to try and put Matt King through the table, but Matt King turns the arm. He's not about to go through it, not anytime soon. Matt King throws Nightmare into the table and the ribs crack against it. Nightmare holding his ribs and Matt King going down on one knee, driving these mounted punches into the face and forehead of Nightmare. What you gotta do is bludgeon your opponent. That's exactly what Matt King has loads of experience in this match, and that's exactly what he's doing. Side headlock, elbow to the back of the head. I think Matt King's trying to soften Nightmare up, trying to use a move, but Nightmare turns it around. You know, not yet. Nightmare, Russian leg sweep, beautiful execution to the outside. The table is a danger zone. Any move, any moment, somebody could go through it. Nightmare throws Matt King into the audience barrier again, and a headbutt again. Matt King collapses into the outside. Nightmare picks him up. I think Nightmare, no, slams Matt King into the turnbuckle. Look at that again. Smashes his head into that ring post. Nightmare's just doing what he's got to do in this sort of matchup. And now he grabs the table. You know, he could be seeing and thinking that this is the end of the match. He rolls it in, but Matt King's up to his feet, hooks under the arm. Nightmare, look at this. Falling forward, sit down, face buster. Unbelievable strength there from Matt King. Nightmare by surprise and then hits him with the enziguri. Unbelievable. Nightmare on the floor, reeling back from them two heavy-duty attacks from Matt King. Sets the table up in the corner, picks Nightmare up. What's he gonna go for? Serenity, but no, he's got other plans. Irish whip, bounces Nightmare off the rope, hits him with a drop kick. Nightmare's up to his feet. What the hell? Nightmare out of nowhere just grabbed Matt King before he could continue his assault, and he hits him with the Devastator. Nightmare's finishing maneuver. You know, Matt King did not see that coming. And Nightmare's got the table and he's setting it up. Moments away from having a new no-holds-barred champion. Nightmare picks Matt King up. Once he got in mind, he throws Matt King into the turnbuckle. Matt King is stunned. He is frozen. He is dazed. He's confused. And Nightmare readjusts the table position. Oh, this is over. This is over. Nightmare pushes him up onto the top rope. He's grabbing him by the arm. What damage? Damage just came in. He's moving the table. Nightmare arm drag off the top rope, but the table isn't there. Nightmare's confused and damage. The Kimura arm lock. He's locked it in on Nightmare. Nightmare did not see that coming. And Damage is applying the pressure on Nightmare's tapping out. Nightmare's tapping out to the pain of that arm lock. Damage rolls him over. How humiliating and just disgusting from Damage involving himself in a match he's not in. And now he picks Nightmare up and puts him in a side headlock. Matt King's, you know, he's talking to Damage. What are they doing? What are they planning? Damage is repositioning the table, throwing Nightmare into the corner. Look at this. Matt King's going over and turning Nightmare around. And again, Damage is moving that table. What have these guys got in mind? Matt King's moved Nightmare up onto the top rope. Damage has set that table up. Matt King's climbing second rope. He punches Nightmare. Wait, what's he doing? He's climbing onto the top rope. Throws Nightmare's arm over. No way. Superplex from the top rope through the table. Oh my God. Devastating Nightmare. It's over. This is a tables match. Matt King retains the no-holds-barred championship. You know, Damage came down and was the difference maker. I think Nightmare had the match in the bag, but he came down, he moved the table, and that was all that Matt King needed. Damage applied the Kimura arm lock on Nightmare, and then as you can see in the replay, Matt King hit a superplex through the table from the top rope. Matt King retains and celebrates with the no-holds-barred championship. Unbelievable main event here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm not happy with the result. Personally, I think Nightmare deserves to have won that match, but what happens is what happens, and that's the result. So thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in next show. See you then. And remember, absolution, one show away.